Welcome to my channel. Born from the urgent need to dominate the skies during the Cold War, the McDonnell Douglas F-15A Eagle emerged as one of the most formidable air superiority fighters ever built. Designed with a single purpose to gain and maintain air supremacy, the F-15A quickly redefined the capabilities of a modern fighter aircraft. Entering service with the United States Air Force in 1976, the F-15A was powered by two Pratt Whitney F100 PW100 turbofan engines, each generating over 23,000 pounds of thrust with afterburner. This power-to-weight ratio enabled it to climb vertically and accelerate beyond Mach 2.5a faster than any of its contemporaries. The F-15A carried a powerful radar, the N/APG-63 pulse Doppler system, capable of tracking multiple targets beyond visual range, even among ground clutter. This allowed the aircraft to spot, track, and engage enemy fighters well before being detected itself. The airframe was built with a large, blended wing fuselage design, providing exceptional lift and agility. Its design emphasized maneuverability without sacrificing speed or payload. The aircraft's internal structure included advanced aluminum alloys and titanium, giving it the strength required for high-G combat maneuvers. The F-15A's armament suite included a 20mm M61A1 Vulcan cannon with 940 rounds, along with combinations of AIM-7 Sparrow and AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles. Later upgrades allowed it to carry AIM-120M ROMs. With 8 hardpoints, the aircraft could engage multiple targets with deadly precision. During its early service, the F-15A set the standard for climb performance. In 1975, a modified version known as the Streak Eagle shattered 8 time-to-climb records, reaching 30,000 feet in just 60 seconds, a testament to the aircraft's raw power and aerodynamic efficiency. Despite its age, the F-15A boasted an unmatched kill ratio in combat. In the hands of Israeli pilots during operations in Lebanon and Syria, it achieved more than 8 air-to-air kills with 0 losses. Its combat record remains spotless, cementing its reputation as one of the most successful fighters in aviation history. Although later replaced by more advanced versions such as the F-15C and F-15E, the F-15A laid the foundation for a multi-decade legacy. Its influence persists in the design and development of modern fighters and continues to shape air combat doctrine worldwide. The McDonnell Douglas F-15A Eagle didn't just enter the fight, it changed the rules of air combat forever. Here is an extended, highly detailed aircraft announcement. A-style script for the McDonnell Douglas F-15A Eagle, rich with historical, technical, and performance-specific information. Still, there are no headings, no visuals, and no host dialogue, just pure narration. In an era defined by the looming threat of Soviet air superiority, the McDonnell Douglas F-15A Eagle was conceived to ensure the United States and its allies would never fight from a position of disadvantage in the sky. The result was a fourth-generation air superiority fighter that would go on to redefine aerial dominance and influence every fighter jet that followed. First flown on July 27, 1972. The F-15A was the initial production model of the Eagle family. It officially entered service with the United States Air Force in January 1976. With its unmistakable twin-tail silhouette, dual-engine layout, and imposing airframe, the F-15A represented a radical departure from the design philosophies of earlier fighters. At the heart of the aircraft's performance were its two Pratt Whitney F100 PW100 afterburning turbofan engines, producing 14,500 pounds of thrust each at military power and up to 23,830 pounds with afterburner. With a combined thrust exceeding the aircraft's loaded weight, the F-15A was among the first fighters capable of accelerating while climbing vertically, a feat that stunned adversaries and even some of its designers. The aircraft's airframe was optimized for energy maneuverability, a key doctrine emerging from Vietnam War lessons. Constructed with a high percentage of titanium and advanced aluminum lithium alloys, The F-15A maintains structural strength while minimizing weight. Its large wing area and high thrust-to-weight ratio gave it the level of agility and acceleration unmatched by contemporary aircraft. Aerodynamically, the F-15A featured a blended wing body design with shoulder-mounted wings, a bubble canopy for all-around visibility, and large, square air intakes to feed its powerful engines. It could pull more than 9 Gs in a turn, giving pilots supreme confidence in dogfights and high-speed evasive maneuvers. Its radar, the Hughes/APG-63, was among the most advanced of its time. A pulse Doppler system, it allowed for look-down/shoot-down capability, tracking and targeting low-flying aircraft against the cluttered ground environment. It could detect and engage multiple targets at ranges over 100 miles, even in poor weather and electronic countermeasure-rich environments. The F-15A carried a lethal suite of weapons. It was armed with a 20mm M61A1 Vulcan cannon mounted internally in the right-wing root, capable of firing up to 6,000 rounds per minute. For air-to-air engagements, it could carry a mix of AIM-7F Sparrow radar-guided missiles and AIM-9 Sidewinder heat-seeking missiles. Later upgrades allowed it to deploy AIM-120M ROMs, further enhancing its beyond visual range kill capability. The jet's internal fuel capacity exceeded 13,000 pounds, and it could carry 3 external fuel tanks for extended range. With in-flight refueling, its combat endurance was limited only by the pilot's stamina. In testing, the F-15A shattered records. In 1975, a modified lightweight version dubbed the Streak Eagle set 8 time-to-climb world records. It reached 98,425 feet in under 4 minutes and 100,000 feet in just over 3. These achievements weren't merely symbolic, they proved the F-15's capability to respond to threats at all altitudes and demonstrated the sheer power of American aerospace engineering. In combat, the F-15A achieved legendary status. Israeli pilots flying F-15As during the Lebanon conflict in the early 1980s downed more than 80 Syrian aircraft, including advanced MiG-21S and MiG-23S, without a single loss. The Eagle's unmatched combination of radar, weapons, speed, and agility left opponents with few options and fewer chances of survival. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, the F-15A formed the backbone of the U.S. Air Force's Air Superiority mission, though later replaced in frontline service by the F-15C, which featured improved avionics and a stronger airframe. The F-15A continued to serve in Air National Guard units for years. The F-15A was more than a machine, and was a statement, a message to friend and foe alike that the United States would never again risk air inferiority. Built with the philosophy that not a pound for the ground, it was a pure air dominance fighter, created with singular focus and uncompromising intent. Its legacy lives on not just in upgraded versions of the Eagle, but in every air superiority aircraft design since. More than 5 decades after its first flight, the Eagle's wings still cast a long shadow across the history of aerial warfare.